Cobra will be converging upon your town July 1st, 2023. Are you ready for Cobra? Because Cobra is ready for you. Ha ha! Cobra! G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. I thought we would do a build video since I have at least one more vehicle left in the box. Purchased this one very inexpensively just recently. I mean, I was surprised at how much this was. It was in an auction. So sometimes you do very well in auctions and other times you don't. So anyway, I don't recall seeing this one out on the shelves during the, excuse me, the hiccups during the G.I. Joe Retaliation movie. I have restoration on my mind. Stupid problems going on with this house. So this is the upgraded Cobra Fang, and when I review the Fang, I will have this up with the Fang as well as the Tigerfish. Very interesting looking boat. This one comes with a pilot, the Swamp Viper. So let's go ahead and open this up. I know some people are, have problems with opening up collectibles. In this case, I don't really consider this one vintage. It's not all that old. That's probably why I got it at such a good price. 2011, it's 12 years old, so it's 20 years before it's considered an antique. So anyway, yeah, let's open that up. It's a good sturdy box. I like the box. I also like doing these because I get a chance to talk with you guys. I don't talk much to anybody. Keep to myself pretty much. Self-proclaimed introvert. Like to keep my mouth shut at work, because it's frankly nobody's business what goes on in my life at work, unless there's a bit of advice I need, or if I particularly like that individual, I'll talk a little bit about my life. But the only thing my coworkers really know is that I have this restoration project going on with my house, and they're saying, well, go get a hotel room, taking advantage of the hotel room, blah 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 blah. I was like, you know what, you try that. And that might be a good idea for some people. stay in a hotel room on insurance companies' on their money. No, I would have to pay for the hotel room, then they would reimburse me. Just like food. We don't have a kitchen, so we have to eat out every time we want to eat. So what they have to do is submit all the receipts to the insurance company, and it takes forever to get paid. So no, it's not. The insurance company's going to pay for everything, nothing out of pocket. That's not how it works. So this has been a learning experience, and I told that to my coworkers. Oh no, that's not true. And see, you're not living this in my shoes right now, so believe you me, it happens. Okay, so anyway, what we have here, this looks like the tail fin, or the fan for the boat, because this is a swamp boat. It's a fan boat, so to speak. Some other parts here. Looks like some side panels. There's the front glass. The figure, I'll save him as the... And this light back here is so freaking hot. And another part. So far this is looking a lot different than the they've upgraded, let's say, from the other memory from the other swamp boat that G.I. Joe had from years ago. So here's the hull and the boat. It's mostly together. I love the colors on it. I have a black body, gray top, blue on the inside, red window. The decals are pretty cool. Take a look at those. You have the Cobra Navy decal, which I like that. Yeah, the water moccasin is what I was thinking of, with copperhead. And you couldn't have two more different snakes, copperheads and water moccasins, both highly venomous. One's on the land and one stays likes the water. Never seen either or, don't care to. I've only seen rattlesnakes in captivity, don't care to see them in the wild. I have heard them in the wild. They let out a buzz when you're near them before they start to rattle. When they start to rattle, that's when there's trouble. Not always, but when you hear a buzz and you're out in the desert hiking, there's a rattlesnake nearby. So it's best not to venture around looking for where the buzz is coming from. Keep your eyes on the ground, scanning as you're walking, and always carry a stick with you just in case. Okay, so here are the veins on the back. One thing they did improve on is the plastic. This isn't that brittle, thin plastic that they had on the other one, and this infamous get lost easily, break control bar. This is made a lot thicker. You could see how much thicker it is, and it's made out of that same plastic. I would not dare do that with another with the water moccasins. Veins. So anyway, it says canopy. That goes on first. Goes around this way. Horseshoe side back, and it's showing that it goes down first and then snaps into place. Easy as that. Second piece, the turret with the gun. Again, an upgrade. It's not that real thin plastic, and the handles are a thick. This is a heavier duty plastic. Doesn't break, and that just slides right in, and you can turn it, hopefully, and it doesn't want to turn 360 degrees. Doesn't want to turn at all. That's a jip. Okay, so just front facing gun. You notice the wheel for the propeller for the fan, a lot smaller, and it's already attached, so you don't have to fit that in along with the drive shaft and all that other stuff. That already comes complete. So the back assembly, you could see that all the gears and everything are already assembled on the inside. So instructions just show that it snaps right into place because there is a hole in the back of the boat. So boom. A lot of improvements I'm seeing so far. Of course, technology does improve over time, and I'm trying to think of some stories to tell as I'm talking about this boat. So propeller, also very durable plastic, and it's not real thin down at the center part. Very easy to slip on here. There is a separate way of putting it on. You could see the hole on there. It's kind of a crescent moon or a half moon shape, and the peg right here. So you want to fit that over. Yeah, okay, real easy there. But it's reached 111 degrees today. And we have absolutely no bathroom. And so we have an outhouse. And it's plastic. Gets real hot in there, so that's pretty disgusting. Fits on the same way. This bottom part fits on the holes there and the holes at the bottom. But what's interesting, on the box, it shows that control arm is at the top, but the instructions show that it goes on the bottom. So let's see if the control arms will fit at the top, like on the box, and fit it at the bottom. That way we're not risking anything. And it doesn't appear to be so. Maybe. But yeah, it gets pretty hot out here. Obviously it's the desert. But yeah, you hear the buzzing from the rattlesnakes before you hear a rattle. And I watched a show here recently, within the past few years, where there was I can't remember the name of the specialist right now, that like a herbiculturist, some sort of culturist that specializes in snakes. Yes, it did fit at the top. So boom, you could do it either or. I'm not putting the bottom part of this down at the bottom because I want to be able to control it in play. But this guy was a specialist in snakes, and he was talking about the rattle of a rattlesnake, and when he was mentioning it, he said that they could be a lot further away from you than anticipated than they sound, because they could project that sound a lot further for their safety. So he mentioned X amount of feet when you hear that buzz, so they're a lot further away than you think, but he still strongly cautioned to not go looking for them, even though people do say snakes are AKA good eating. I've never eaten one. Okay, and these side panels go here, and I will not kill a snake just for its rattle or its hide. Only time I would do kill a snake is if I had to. You know, had to kill it to survive, or kill it to protect somebody or something. So that would be a means of survival. I have put a few of them out of their misery that I found on the wounded on the side of the road, but they were not pit vipers. These were just a garden variety snake, not a garter snake, but some sort of constrictor type snake, because it had pupils, not slit pupils. They had rounded pupils, which indicates they weren't toxic, but I still treat it as though it were toxic. And I used a stick and held down its neck and tried as quickly and as humanely to put it out of its misery by destroying the head. Okay, so those fit on there just fine, just like on the other one. Turning the wheel works the tail fan just fine as well. Not bad. This looks like something that could be put together without reading the instructions. The engine cover, the engine. Let's take a look at that engine cover. Has 4 pegs on it, possibly a fracture point when this gets older. But you know, G.I. Joe, if it has an engine, you get to cover it and take it off and have your guys repair motors and engines and cool stuff like that. I know if I didn't have any... Okay, so the long part right here fits on the back. If I didn't have something for a Joe to do, I always had him working on a vehicle. And this is a torpedo launcher and a torpedo, spring action, slots on the inside here. Somehow, okay, let me figure this out. Okay, button at the top. Okay, there is a little, this may just be from it being on the design sprue, that little notch right there, but just snaps right into place and fires, which it doesn't fire very well, and I'm not going to use it anyway. And you can see on the front is a Gatling gun, and this one mounts right on the side here. So if you hear somebody talking about a rattlesnake and they say, well, it's a 5 or 6 button rattlesnake, button is a term for the rattle. Each one of those is the round part of the tail is a button, and you can tell how old it is by how long the rattle is. You could count the buttons of how many years allegedly. And On the inside, if you crack one of those open, there's a smaller button, and that's what makes the rattling sound. So pretty interesting. And they're poison glands further back in the neck, so if you cut the head off right here, you still stand a chance of getting poisoned if you want to eat it. So you have to cut the head off kind of far back to get to the poison glands, and the head still is toxic, so don't fry up the head and try to eat it, or even touch the fangs, because you could still get poisoned until the head is properly dealt with, which personally I'll leave that to a professional. Alright, so let's come to the stickers here. So 146 looks like it fits on this side of the boat. So yeah, you know, good rule to live by. If you don't know what you're doing, don't mess with it, kind of thing. So I'm not a trophy hunter guy. Try not to hurt animals. I have hunted before, and I have eaten everything that I have killed. Rabbit, squirrel, stuff like that. And those animals tend to taste pretty gamey because they eat brush. So you want to soak them in salt water overnight to kind of get rid of that game flavor. So I'm trying to concentrate on where to put the decal, which I've never been real expert at decal placement. So first one on right there. Oh, you know, I haven't been hunting in a long time. My ex-father-in-law, he and his sons, my brothers-in-law, were very much into hunting, so I went with them. Either sticker 5 or 11 will fit right along here. So I mainly went, you know, going out with the guys, having fun, you know, shooting guns, drinking. No, they didn't drink, neither did I, but other people that we brought along would go drink. And yeah, just going out camping, fishing. It's having a good old time. We always camped near water so we could fish and hopefully eat what we caught that night. If we didn't, we always had food with us. There, first sticker. But there's nothing like eating a trout that you just pulled out of the water. So the next one is going to go right along here. So yeah, freshly caught trout. Skin it out, right, gut it right there. You could eat the skin on trout. Just scale it and fry it up. Tastes pretty good. I love trout. Don't care too much for bluegill though. Caught a few bass in my lifetime, but I mostly caught bluegill and trout. It's rainbow trout out here. And there you go. I caught some pretty big bluegill. There are some that are bluegill, and there's a fish out here. It's called a crappie, or C-R-A-P-I-E. We call them crappie, or it's crappie. it's hard to tell at a glance a crappie from a bluegill. So I may have caught 2 crappie, but these bluegill were pretty big. I'm calling them bluegill because that's what was in the area were bluegill. They each weighed about 2 pounds each. They were huge. Caught them in one of our, see, it goes here on the front, one of the canals that brings water down from the mountains, and that serves as our drinking water, and it also uses for irrigation for our farms. So I never ate the sucker fish that they put in there, because those are special fish that are kept in there to eat little crustaceans that are little mollusks, mussels, things like that come down out of the lakes from up in the mountains, and they could gum up the turbines inside of the canals, which help circulate the water to bring it further downline. The quagga mussel is one of them. So they put sucker fish in there, and some people catch those and try to eat them, and it's like, yeah, those things eat slime most of the time. They gotta taste terrible. So I would never catch those. I never even landed one. I would just catch the bluegill and hopefully get a bass out of there once in a while and throw those. If they're too small, I would throw those back. Okay, so 6004 will go right here along the side, and it's the same on both sides of the boat. So yeah, if it's too small, I mean, it's mostly catch and release. It's those 2 big ones that I caught that I absolutely did not want to give up. There was no way I was going to give those guys up. .04, and there's a warning sticker stuck to 6004. So where do they want? That's going to interfere with, oh, I see where it goes onto the Cobra 6004. It's showing that it goes on the side of the boat right under the engine panel, but it's attached to another sticker. So do you remove the engine panel? And fold it over? That one does not make much sense to me. So yeah, that's what I did. I just stuck it here on the side and folded it over. Just kind of a waste of a design. If I did it wrong, I did it wrong. I apologize. If you guys know any different, let me know. Yeah, but I haven't been fishing in years, and I'm not really interested in it. I enjoy just being by the water mostly, just listening to it. I find it relaxing, especially running water. Okay, now why doesn't the engine panel want to pop off? There we go. So yeah, I'll go up to the lake or something, which I haven't done in a long time either, and just sit there and watch people fish or water ski, and sit with my feet in the water or whatever. And might catch some crawdads and boil those up. They're pretty good, but other than that, I'm not much of a fisherman. There was one time I brought my ex-wife up to the lake, and we were just sitting out on a floating dock, and this other couple comes up in a boat and asks us to come out with them and have a picnic, and thought, okay, well, this is interesting. And the whole time I jump in there, we're both riding along. I'm thinking, okay, this is cold case studies, cold case whatever, cold case files. But no, the guy gave me the wheel of the boat right here, and told me to stay to the right of the buoys, and we drove all the way out to the middle of the lake, and it was a pontoon boat, and he pulled out a grill, and we just sat there out on this pontoon boat and ate and had fun, had a very enjoyable evening. Other people were around, so it wasn't one of those things. They were just nice people and saw us out there and thought, hey, why not? Let's make it a double date. But would I do it again? Probably not. But given that there were more people around, it wasn't so bad. But if it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and we're the only people out on the water, it's like, yeah, thank you, no, and leave the area. But when I lived out in the East Valley, there are times I get home from work and I would take off and go to the river, which wasn't too far away from where I lived. It says Hatch, and it will go onto the front part of the hatch here, just adjacent to the Cobra symbol there. Yeah, so I would just go out to the river right after work. Early in the morning. Is a beautiful drive out there, nice and cool. I had a geo tracker at the time. This was in 1998, 99. I'd put the top down on the tracker and just drive out to the river. Take my boots off. Hike my pants up as high as I could get them, and just wade out into the river and just enjoy the water, or just out there enjoying nature. Because occasionally you could watch a game bird, like a hawk or something, not a game bird, but like a hawk or an eagle, swoop down and go after some fish. And that's quite a sight to see. I've seen hawks swoop down to catch rabbit. I've seen falcons dive bomb. I mean, they have this at least 150 miles an hour dive, and they'll strike another bird in the air, stun it if they can't grab onto it, and then go down, and when it's wounded, and snatch it up and eat it. And that is so cool watching that happen. I've seen that many times. I see falcons around here all the time flying around, and pigeons, doves go nuts. They don't like anything flying above them. So you want to get rid of pigeons, just fly a kite over your house. pigeons will go away. Or get one of those little reflectors that spin around the circle. You see those things on top of buildings that reflect? They're always spinning around. Those get rid of pigeons, scare birds away. Even flying a little drone will get rid of them. But yeah, I enjoy watching the game birds, or the birds go down and catch other birds. That's pretty cool watching. You know, that was like watching National Geographic Wild Kingdom. See the Cobra sticker? It says caution. Goes right here on the canopy. Almost a National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. No, you don't see any birds being caught there. Seen a few being flown at somebody, but never caught. So there you go. So yeah, it's neat. I enjoy nature. I just love every moment of it. Going out there, listening to it, watching it. Okay, where does number 7 go? Looking for number 7. Number 7. Okay, number 7 has this nuclear sign, and that fits right onto the torpedo launcher. That's what this is called, a torpedo launcher. Number 7. So yeah, if you just sit still out in nature, because animals, your eyes, even humans, your eyes detect motion. So if you wonder why you stand still and people walk by you and not even pay attention, yeah, they're not paying attention because your eyes see motion. That's part of why snipers move so slowly, because your eyes detect motion. Our brains are hardwired to see motion. There you go. So yeah, if you just sit out in nature and not move, sit under a tree or something, birds and other animals will just come on by, not even pay attention to you. I've had hummingbirds fly right by my head, just hover there, and you hear their wings buzzing, and they let out a little chirp. Okay, so here's the piece de resistance. Yeah, that's their call. It's just a little chirp. They don't hum. They get that term from the buzzing of their wings. Pretty cool looking guy. He kind of looks like the track viper, don't you think? The helmet. Very nice looking action figure. Of course, he has the modern articulation, and a head moving around side to side, all that good stuff. So yeah, I'll just stick him in the boat. Put it on the shelf, and by the middle of next week it'll be covered in dust. I'm kidding, it takes a little bit longer than that. But yeah, dust is something that we're forever having to take care of out here. That turret is just ticking me off. I have to lift it up to turn it. Okay guys, so here it is. Here's the Fang boat. I managed to attach the attachment to the vanes up at the top, so we don't have to worry about those breaking off, which I highly doubt because it's good sturdy plastic. The back part likes to pop out. The fan spins fairly easily, but it's a good looking, I like these colors. These are very nice colors. The front part, the front glass does not remove. It's just the top canopy. These are very good colors. I don't recall seeing this in the movie, but why not resurrect a new toy and an old toy and give it a new upgrade? So the difference in this is the turret doesn't rotate 360 degrees, unfortunately. It has a new launcher on it, replacing the dual cannons, heavier plastic for the vanes, better plastic for the propeller, smaller wheel to turn the propeller. All the workings are encased inside the propeller housing, smaller engine cover, and upgraded decals and driver and color. So we'll be reviewing this sometime down the road while we forget about it. So anyway, you guys, thank you very much for putting up with me. I really appreciate all of you guys for tuning in, for listening to this old boy sit here and just jaw away about fish and whatnot. I do enjoy these moments where we can just sit and talk and put together a vehicle. I do love it. I enjoy toy collecting. I especially love hearing from you guys on social media, on down in the comment section. That's the best part of this job. Yeah, this is a second job. I don't get paid for it, but I see it as a second job. It's a labor of love. Is getting to talk to you guys, getting to meet a bunch of people and make new friends. You know, I've never met any of you, well, save for one, in person, but I feel close to you guys, because it's been proven that relationships last longer. This is when online dating first really start taking off. They have proven that marriages that start on online dating last a lot longer, because you're more apt to be more honest online. As you guys know, it's easy to be honest when you don't see the other person face to face and you're just looking at a computer screen. So meeting you guys, I've developed some really good friendships, and made some really good friends from a joint a shared passion for toys, shared love for collecting toys. So thank you guys very much for that, for taking a chance on this channel, and for your subscriptions. And hey, since you stopped by, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's not hard. It doesn't burn any calories. It doesn't cost anything. Just hit that subscribe button, because when I reach 700 subscribers, I will be giving away one of these Ram cycles over my shoulder. How's that sound? And I have some other prizes too that I'll be giving away. This ring, if you've seen that, this is a copy of a ring that was worn by Bela Lugosi and Dracula. It only comes in a size 10. It's cast from his ring, because that was the size of his finger. So it only comes in a size 10. So if you want it to be bigger, you have to have it sized. But it's perfect for fit on my little finger. I'm a little pretentious wearing a pinky ring, so I was just playing with it. used it to seal a letter. I have sealing wax, so I sent a letter to my daughter and put sealing wax on it and used the ring to do it, so that was kind of cool. But anyway, thank you guys very much. Don't forget to subscribe, share. Also, don't forget to be kind to everybody. That's real important. A little kindness goes a long way. And also, be kind to animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. And treat yourself well. Be kind to yourself. We all deserve it. So, until next week, this is Joe Motion Videos 82 signing off. Bye-bye.